In this video, we will look into 5 common criticisms directed at the Emerald Tablets and their author. I will carefully address each critique, providing insightful answers and offer counter-arguments to shed light on these concerns. So let's start with critique number 1. So during the years, I heard some people criticize Maurice Doreal, the man who translated these tablets. And one thing that people like to bring up is his background. For example, I heard some people have issue with him being a taxi driver. They bring up his personal life and, personal issues. And me personally, I have no issue with his life story. And to people who think that he's shady or fake because of his background, I want you to answer this question. What type of life and what type of profession should he have for you to take him seriously? Would you respect him more if he were a doctor, a lawyer, a politician, or a soldier? Basically, the point here is that some people claim that he was a taxi driver, and because of him being a taxi driver, he is not credible. To me, it's not about Doreal. It doesn't really matter what background he had, because it's not about Doreal, it's about the tablets and the information that you can find in the tablets. Doreal, he was just a man who translated these tablets for us so that we can learn from them. I personally have no issue at all with Doreal's background. Criticism number 2. During the years, I learned that some people find it hard to believe that Thoth, the writer of the tablets, ruled Egypt for 16,000 years, as described in the tablets. The reason why you are studying these tablets is to gain advanced knowledge and advanced power, and to learn secrets about the life in the universe and our role in it. And I know that it sounds incredible that there was this God-like figure who lived that long. But that's the whole point. That's why we are studying this material, because this material is next level compared to anything else that is out there. This is next level thing. And if it wasn't, we wouldn't study it. So if you can't accept and believe some of the things that can be found in the Emerald Tablets, then I'm sorry, but this is not for you. You need to have open mind. That's the whole point. Okay, let's move on to criticism number 3. So some people are asking, where are these tablets? Where can you find them? Why can't we go and see them at some museum somewhere? Why we don't have any pictures of them or any videos of them? Basically, how do we know that these tablets are real? That is something that some people are asking. And because they can't see, clear evidence that these tablets exist, they choose to believe that these tablets are not real and that all of this is just fake. Those people who have these tablets in their possession, do you really believe that they are willing to release these tablets and show them to the world, show them to the wider public? And I don't think so. Because if you would show these tablets, to the world, this would change everything. This would change our history, and this would change our potential as human race. Because you cannot destroy these tablets. These tablets were made that way. So if wider public would get to see these tablets, of course they would ask right questions. They would ask, who created these tablets? Where are they coming from? How can this be possible? So those people who have these tablets, they are not ready to release these tablets. I don't know where these tablets are. Maybe they are, somewhere close to the pyramids, or maybe they are, in Vatican or something like that, or Fort Knox, or who knows where, Area 51, or maybe they are somewhere under the water. We will never know. But if these tablets are in possession of people with power, I don't think that they would like to release these tablets to the public, the physical tablets. And I personally have no issue with this at all, because to me it's not about the physical tablets, it's about the information contained in the tablets. Like, I don't have to see these tablets for myself in order to believe them, because it's about the information that you can find in these tablets. And we have access to this information. So if I would see those tablets with my own eyes, that wouldn't change anything for me. And if you are someone who needs to see everything before you can believe or recognize the value of it, then this ancient Egyptian stuff is not for you. This world is not a material world. This material world is just one aspect of this reality. So you need to open your mind and look at the bigger picture. How do you know that you have a brain? Because you cannot see your brain. Does this mean that you don't have a brain? Of course, we need to investigate and question things. You always have to dig deep, and you cannot believe everything people say. But when it comes to these emerald tablets, you really need to study them for a very long time. If you just read them once, you will not understand what they are about. You will not understand the big picture. So people who criticize Doreal or these tablets, they just read them once or twice, and then they, come up with this criticism. Okay, criticism number 4. I heard some people criticize Doreal for using modern language through the tablets. So he's using some words that other authors use in the esoteric and spiritual community. And because of that, some people say that these tablets are not real, they are not written by Thoth, they are written by Doreal because he's using modern expressions and modern, language. And my answer to this is that, of course, he's using modern language. That's the whole point of translating these tablets from Atlantean language into modern language. And what did you expect? Did you really expect that this modern American man would translate these tablets into ancient Greek language? Of course not. He would translate these tablets into language that we could understand. And of course he would use, modern terminology and modern words when he is describing, certain concepts. The whole point is to make these tablets accessible for the people. And if you would take these tablets today and translate them from ancient Atlantean language to modern Spanish language, for example, you as a translator would use modern language. Like, that's common sense. So I hope you get the point. Last criticism. Like I said before, some people who choose to criticize these tablets and who question if they are real or not, they focus too much on Doreal as a person. I don't really care about Doreal. All I care about is the information that can be found in these tablets. Doreal's role in this process was to translate these tablets so that we could understand them. That's it. What he did before and what he did after, I don't really care about that. And I don't think that you should care about that either, because when you study these tablets long enough, you will understand the true value of these tablets and true power of these tablets. And that's the whole point. That's what it's all about. Learning new knowledge and going to the next level. When you start reading these tablets or this book, they begin with, the history of these tablets translated in the following pages is strange and beyond the belief of modern scientists. That sentence was written by Doreal. So that is his words. That whole preface was written by him, and there he talks about, the tablets and the story behind him translating these tablets. Those first pages of this book that you read, those are written by Doreal. That's not a translation from Thoth. That is something he wrote himself. Because there he describes, what this whole thing is about. And he talks about Thoth and that he ruled ancient race of Egypt from approximately 52,000 BC to 36,000 BC. So, that is Doreal's language. But when you start reading actual tablets, the original tablets that he translated, you can hear that the language is changing. You can hear that it's not Doreal's words anymore. Of course, you can still hear, his influence. Like I said before, he's using modern words, quote unquote, to describe certain metaphysical concepts. But still, to me, it's like night and day. Even though he translated these tablets, but you can still hear the big difference between Thoth and Doreal. So that basically proves that this is not something he created. And I read some other work that he did, some other books that he wrote, and you can hear that they are not written in the same style. Because words that you can find in emerald tablets are very, very powerful. Every word in emerald tablets is important. Every word. There is a reason why they chose, why Thoth chose to use those words. They are carefully designed to affect your mind. It's not something that's been written, in an hour. Every word has a very, very deep meaning in the tablets. That just shows you that it was, next level consciousness who wrote those tablets. And if you study these tablets long enough, you will see what I mean. So that's kind of the funny thing about this whole process. It's not something you recognize after you read them once or twice. You really need to study them to really see how they affect your mind. And by them affecting your mind, they will affect your reality. They will come to life in your life. They will become alive as you read them. They are very, very powerful. And this is not something that someone like Doreal could write. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. So these tablets will shape your reality. And the more you read them, the more influence they will have in your life. And that's the true power of them. So I hope that I answered some of the questions, some of the criticism directed towards Doreal and the tablets.